All right, now pleased to be joined by none other than McNeese State head coach Will Wade of the two-time Southland champions. You've now swept the regular season and the tournament for 2 straight years. I'm not surprised, Will. I got to say, I'm not surprised here at all. But what is it? What did it feel like tonight to do it again and lead from wire to wire tonight?
I'm glad you're not surprised because I was. I knew we'd be good, but I'd be lying if I knew it would go this well. I knew it would go well, but I mean, I'd be lying if I thought it would go this well. But look, Lamar's a good team. They've played us as well as anybody in the league the last couple years. We just beat them at their place by 2 last Saturday. They're physical. They're built different than a lot of teams in our league. They have a really good big kid, Adam Hamilton. And they've got some good big four-man. They have some size. Most teams in our league are small like we are. And so they're very physical. Alvin Brooks does a great job. He was at Houston with Coach Sampson. I mean, they just do a really, really good job. So we knew it was going to be, a rock fight, kind of first one to 60, wins these type games. And fortunately, we were able to crank out enough offense, and our defense was really, really good, particularly in the second half. We had really good communication. We forced the shots that we wanted. We didn't rebound as well as we needed to, but we were able to get it done.
All right, so the big question, and you told me this, we had you were eating chislic over there in South Dakota to start the
We've gotten a
season.
little bit better since then. I was a little worried
I
when we
know
left
you
South
were.
Dakota.
No, I know you were worried because we were sitting in the coach's room afterwards, and you were like, I don't know if we're good because you put this team together differently than a year ago. You put this team together with the hope of winning an NCAA tournament game, which McNeese State has never done in its history. Do you feel any more confident than you did that night that you can win a tournament game now?
I'm a lot more confident than I was that night because I didn't know if we were going to get to the damn tournament that night. Uh,
Yeah.
but I mean, look, our team, I give our guys a lot of credit. We've grown throughout the year. We were not very good early in the year, and we had the 21st toughest non-conference schedule. We played at Alabama, we played Mississippi State on a neutral court in Tupelo, played Santa Clara, Liberty. We played a lot of really, really good teams. And um, we were 6-5 in the non-conference. We were 5-5 at one point, and then we've ripped off like 22 out of 23 or something like that. But our team has grown and gotten better. It just took us a little while longer. Last year's team just hit the ground running, and it was a little bit easier. This year's team, it just took us a little bit more time. But I do think that we've got a good group. Our guys are playing well together. Our guys are having fun. We've got the rhythm and chemistry, how we need it right now. And so, we'll see what happens in March. I've been doing this long enough. It's all about the matchups. I mean, everybody's like, "What seed are you going to
So
get?"
what do you
Hell,
need to
I don't really
see?
care what.
Will, what if I said to you
Yeah.
what you
So I mean,
need?
look.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look. We need a team that has one or two of these characteristics. One, they're not huge inside and
Yeah.
play through their bigs.
Yeah.
And two, we need a team that is a little bit shaky at the guard spot and we'll turn it over. Our defense is predicated. We get a ton of turnovers. We're top 20 in the country in steals, turnovers, force, that sort of thing. And look, we have pretty good positional size. We've got Brandon Murray, who came from the SEC on the wing. We got Quadir Copeland, who came from the ACC at point guard, 6'6" point guard. But in our league, outside of Lamar and Southeastern, I mean, you got to have 6'7", 6'8" athletic bigs. So we're just not huge on the front line because our number one thing is we got to win our league. I mean, none of this, it doesn't matter. I wouldn't be talking to you if we couldn't win our league, right? So we've got a banger from Arizona State, Bryant Celebonge, who's been good for us. But we've got to find a team that has, I mean, preferably a team that has both of those characteristics. They're not huge and their guards, turn the ball
Yeah.
over. Basically the opposite of Gonzaga. Our team, who we played last year, they were huge and they had
Yeah.
2 point guards on the court at all times and they never turned the ball over.
Yeah.
So, that we got to have basically the opposite of that. A team that had one or both of those characteristics would be ideal for us. Now, who the hell is that team? I don't really know. I haven't watched a ton of I've watched other games, but I haven't looked statistically. My assistant will probably start looking at that tomorrow and give me a list of, hey, these are the teams we probably prefer to see, and these are the ones we wouldn't prefer to see.
Hey, when you and I have talked about this, you've said, I'm not in a rush to get out of McNeese. I really like it here. I'm comfortable here. If the right opportunity comes along, sure, I'll look at it at the high major level, but I'm not taking something just to take something. I heard your response today after the game, which was you were going to give Heath Schroyer a 2-year commitment at McNeese, and we'll see what happens. How do you look at this going forward now?
Yeah, I mean it's simple in my book. I absolutely love it here. These people gave me a new lease on life, basketball coaching life, not metaphorically speaking here, but um, it's been incredible. It's been absolutely incredible. I've never had the support, just everybody just supporting and in the same direction as we have here. My my standard to leave. So, and I'm not telling you anything I haven't told Heath and my president, Dr. Roos. You know, if I leave here, it's going to be for somewhere that I feel like we can win the national championship or compete for a national championship. If I don't think that the resources are there to compete for a national championship, I don't think that, resources meaning staff,
Yeah,
meaning NIL, all the stuff that, all the stuff that goes with it. If I don't feel like that's it, I mean, I've got everything, and obviously, we want to be in a multi-bid league.
sure.
This one bid league, I mean, look, it is stressful. I mean, I hadn't slept a wink in 3 days.
No, you need a
And
little luck too. You need a little
I
luck.
mean,
You got to be
you need
healthy.
some luck. I mean, look, our league does it right.
Yeah.
The top two teams get a double bye to the semis. You got to win 2 games instead of 3 games. Like our league does a good job of trying to protect.
And
those teams.
we're going to give Heath Schroyer a little bit of an assist for getting this thing on your home floor, right?
Yeah, until 2029. He Schroyer gets a huge assist.
Huge assist.
But I mean, look, teams in our league complain about it, but the reality is there would be no Southland Conference if we hadn't chosen to stay. So all these people that are complaining would be playing NAI or Division II. So
Yep.
I mean, there would be no league. So I mean, I hate to say this, it's easy for me to say as a coach at McNeese, but I mean, it just kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, I love it here. I'm not just going to run at the first thing that's running down the tracks. If we feel like that, because the reality is, you never know this in coaching, but my family's moved a ton. My daughter's moved a ton. She's in second grade. The next place that we go, I want to be there for a while. And that may be McNeese, that may be somewhere else, but I don't want to keep popping around and moving. I want to put down some roots and be somewhere for an extended period of time. But the community here in Lake Charles has been phenomenal. My wife, my daughter, we all love it here. And we'll see. Look, we'll see what happens. But I'm happy with this group. Hey, look, I got another week with this group at least, and maybe we can extend it longer than that. And that's what my focus is right now. And whatever happens on the other stuff, we'll figure that out. And
All right,
look,
well,
I told our players, I mean, I'm very honest with our
yep,
players, as you know. I told them, I mean,
yep.
shoot,
They
they'll
know.
have,
Yeah.
yeah, that. But I told them, I said, guys, I said, hey, no different than you guys. You guys got teams sliding in your DMs and stuff, hitting you up on the transfer portal. Like, that's just the way it works.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a hypocrite. I mean,
Yep.
shoot, if I
Yep.
got to talk to school, I'm gonna talk to schools. My kids got to talk to schools, they can talk to schools. Like, I try not to be hypocritical about anything. That's why I don't get all these coaches complaining about the portal date and stuff. Same coaches that are complaining
They can go.
or the assistants are complaining. I told my assistants last year we were at the NCAA tournament. I said, I don't want to hear a damn word from any of y'all complaining about we're calling portal kids the night before the NCAA tournament. I love it. This is great. This is perfect. But you guys are all calling, you guys all be calling around for other jobs too. So it's okay for you to call for other jobs. It's not okay for the kids to go find another job. I mean, come on. And so, I try not to be hypocritical about it. So look, it's certainly a time that there's some transition, with the players, with the coaches, and we're gonna keep this rolling here as long as we can.
All right. Congrats, Will. McNeese State making their second straight NCAA tournament appearance. That's never happened in school history as well, and looking for their first tournament win. So good luck. We'll see who you get Sunday. Hopefully it is not a team like Gonzaga. That's what I'll say.
I want my home to feel like my home. So whether I'm looking for big furniture, just a small piece for my place, or maybe some storage solutions for the basement or the garage, the answer is Wayfair. Seriously, I needed a new patio set and fire pit for my backyard. I bought it on Wayfair. It looks great on our deck, and it gives me an excuse to fire up the smoker, invite some friends over, crack a couple beers. Just last week, I bought a new chair for my office, someplace comfortable to sit while the madness takes up the 4 screens in front of me. I got it on Wayfair, clicked a few buttons. A couple days later, it showed up at my front door. They even offered to help set it up for you. Digging through online stores can be intimidating. Trust me, I know. It can be hard to find what you're looking for in your price range, but not on Wayfair. They have great options, even if you are balling on a budget like me. Wayfair has every style for every home, including mine and yours. So head to wayfair.com and shop everything home. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home.